Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I feel like it's been so long since I actually did any journaling, which I guess it kind of has been a while. I've done some journaling off camera, but yeah, I haven't really sat down and set up the camera and did anything for you guys in a while. So I thought that I would go ahead and do a journal spread today. So as you can imagine, I don't have a whole lot of things going on in my life right now. I've just been at home with the baby pretty much 24/7. So yeah, I haven't really gone anywhere or had anything spectacular happen. But I thought that today I could do some journaling about springtime because I've been so desperate for the cold weather to go away and my flowers to start blooming. So that's what I'm going to be journaling about today. I had these milk caps and I've had them for a while. And I've used them as like tabs on a journal and stuff like that, but I was kind of hoping I could come up with a different way to use them because I have quite a few of them, and yeah, I just kind of want to use the stuff that I have. So I am thinking about doing kind of like a flip up kind of thing that ties off on the milk cap. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I put glue on the back of the doily, which is a big no-no. Don't do that because it just makes a big sticky mess. And obviously there are holes all through the doily. So yeah, I had to get all the glue off of the paper. But I'm working on just minimal sleep right now. So you might see me do a lot of stupid things and try to go back and fix them, which I'm sorry. But I tried. I went ahead and put that vintage paper doily up at the top of that picture, which I think just looks really pretty. And then I had these frames that I cut out of a frame book like a really, really long time ago. And I wanted to use them because I don't want to have them anymore. I don't have anywhere to put them. I picked a frame that I liked, and it just so happened that the postcard fit perfectly behind this frame. So I went ahead and used double-sided tape along 3 edges of the frame and stuck that down to the page, and then I tucked the postcard behind it into the window. I really like how that frame kind of framed the butterfly on this page as well. I didn't mean to do that, but it just looks really cool to me. And then I realized that the frame was just slightly too big for the journal page. So the double-sided tape was kind of like not attached to anything. So I just put some washi tape down over top of that just to make it so that it's not sticky. And yeah. And then just because the frame is a little bit thicker cardstock, I went ahead and put some washi tape down the center of the journal spread. And that's just going to make sure that that frame doesn't come up later. And like I said, I just tucked that postcard behind and into the frame. And now I'm going to work on my little flippy thing. So this is a piece of lace paper that I had messed up on, so I kept it, and it's one of my favorite patterns that I sell in my shop. So I wanted to go ahead and put that in my journal as well. It's one of my new patterns. I just think it's so beautiful. And the lace itself was not super cheap, so so yeah, I just wanted to kind of keep that and document that. I ended up cutting that paper down and then folding it over the top of that page, so that will kind of just stabilize my little flip up. I guess you might call that a tip in. I feel like a tip in goes the other way, but whatever you want to call it. And I just used washi tape on the top of that picture with the paper doily on top, just to attach that to the page. And now I'm working out where I'm going to put my little milk cap. I cut that paper down just a little bit because it was too long for what I was trying to do. And then now I'm going to add some eyelets. I chose this kind of golden yellow color because of the flowers in that frame on the other page. I don't know why I used an eyelet in the middle of this milk cap, because really a brad would have done better, but a brad was like all the way in the other room and I didn't want to have to go get it, so I just happened to have the eyelets close by. So the eyelet in the center of the milk cap really doesn't matter. I'm just using that to attach it to the page, more or less. And now I'm putting an eyelet through that picture, and I'm gonna tie some string onto that picture. That's gonna be my closure later on. I'm sorry if I sound really tired, guys. Well, not only am I working on limited sleep, but I'm also doing this really early in the morning, and I've had this cough since the weather change. I don't know what it is about Georgia weather, but like it gets cold one day and then it's hot the next, and it's just a rough time of year for me and my allergies in general. So I apologize. And also I'm doing this really early in the morning in my car because it's the only place where I can be really quiet so the baby can sleep. So yeah. So I had this little book. I didn't make it. I got it in a journal that I had purchased a while back, and I just never used it. It's like a little mini journal. And I decided that I didn't like the pattern on the front as much anymore, so I covered it up with this handmade Lotka paper. And I have no idea where I got the Lotka paper. It was somewhere on Etsy, but it's been a really long time. So I just covered it up because it was the perfect size for it. It was basically like Lotka paper scraps. And so yeah, I just glued that on top just to cover that pattern that was originally there. And then I used this playing card as kind of like my cover photo, if you will. And that just worked out perfectly. And then I just took this book page pocket and used some double-sided tape and just stuck that down to the bottom page, so it's gonna hide underneath all of the little flip up things. I put that piece of vellum on the top with the flower on it. I put that there originally. I love the Lenten rose, but I end up taking it off later. I'll use it in another project. So now I'm using some self-laminating sheets to laminate some of the daffodils I got out of my mom's garden. My mom's plants always bloom before mine because she has a lot of sun in her yard, and I don't get a whole lot of sun. The sun kind of just goes directly over my house, so it's a real struggle trying to make videos and stuff like that. It's just, I'm not fortunate enough to have as much sunlight as she does. She has a big giant field, so she gets lots of flowers all the time, and I kind of have to wait till summertime when it gets nice and hot before my flowers really start coming in. My tiger lilies come in pretty early, but everything else kind of takes its time. So I got these out of her yard. That was the point of all of that. And I just used some self-laminating sheets to put that in. And if you're interested in using some self-laminating sheets, if you don't have a laminator like me, then I put the link to the self-laminating sheets that I use in the description box. So I'm just going to use some washi tape, and that's going to flip up with the pages as well. So lots of flip ups in this spread. And I think that looks really nice. I like using the self-laminating sheets. I think it looks really nice on this page because I'm going to write on that lace paper, so it'll kind of peek through the laminated sheet. So now I'm just kind of playing around with some other things on my desk and trying to figure out what else I want to put on the page. This is a paper ruffle that I recently made and is available in my shop. It's the Postmark Script ruffle, and I just love this ruffle. It's so pretty, and it's neutral colored, so I can use it pretty much anywhere. So I wanted to use a piece of that. And then this is just a little scrap of scrapbook paper, and it says flower on it, and it kind of looks like a definition, so I stuck that down to the page because I've been holding on to that little scrap of paper for a really long time. And then I also had this wax seal that I made, and I didn't put it on anything. I just made it on top of like an acetate sheet and then peeled it off. And it says handmade with love because I was going to use it for packaging at some point, but I just didn't end up using it. There's some flaw in it somewhere. I don't know. I'm a perfectionist. So I've kept it, and I decided I would use it on this page because the colors look really nice. So yeah, I just stuck that down on top of the paper ruffle, and I think that looks really cool. And then back to my little book page pocket. I'm just working out what else I want to put in the pockets. There's a lot of pockets, and I obviously don't have that much to journal for this spread. So I just kind of tucked one of the little Project Life type cards in there. And then I had this from a piece of packaging as well. And I thought that the colors of that looked really nice with the whole spread. So I wanted to put that in there somewhere, but I'm just trying to work out where I want to put it. I originally glued it down, but then I peeled it right back up because I didn't like where I had placed it. And this is when I decided to just go ahead and take that piece of vellum with the Lenten Rose on top of it off of my pocket, and I'll use that somewhere else. So I just stuck that piece of packaging on top of that book page pocket instead, and I'll do something else with that in a moment. These are like little retro labels. You can probably get them on Amazon. I'm not really sure, but and if I can find a link to them, I will put that in the description box as well. But they're really pretty. They're kind of like gold foiled. So yeah, they're really pretty labels. So I stuck one of those on the front of that book page pocket. And then I'm also going to put another label on the very top of my flip up thing. So I'm just working out where I want to put that. Like I said, I'm a perfectionist, so it just has to be perfect, and I have to place it exactly where it's supposed to be. but that's just going to give me a space to write kind of what this whole spread is about. And back to my book page pocket, I decided that I wanted to use the rest of this vintage paper doily because it's just beautiful. And so I cut it down and I used it in the center of that book page pocket, just kind of as decoration. And I just love the way that looks. I think it's really nice. And that is the finished spread. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I've really missed making videos for you guys. I hope you don't mind if I make some videos without any talking every now and then, because it's very difficult to do voiceovers or talk when the baby's sleeping. I just don't want to wake her up, and yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of a struggle for a little while. I have lots of new things planned for my Etsy shop, and I've posted a lot of new things lately already, but I have a ton more things that I'm going to be posting very soon. So stay tuned, and hopefully I can work on a few more journals as well. I have some started, but just finding the time to finish them is difficult. So yeah, I'll get them out eventually. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.